It's on!
And take two. And for anyone that is in the other stream waiting for us to start, sorry, technical issues as we play with some new software here. Jeremiah, stop it.
Oh,
You're scaring me. You're truly scaring me. Hello, and
not the
welcome to
first
another
time.
edition of Disney Parks Talk Live. For those of you that missed the initial one, at least you didn't hear the intro being really, really loud. Welcome to another edition of Disney Parks Talk Live, the weekly show on which the three of us bring you what's going on in the world of Disney theme parks. My name is Dewey Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. Over there is my wife, Rebecca, the other co-founder. How you doing, Rebecca?
I'm doing well, honey.
And down below me is our vice president in charge of spring training, Jeremiah Good. How's it going, Jeremiah?
What up?
Wow.
Such energy.
Does Jeremiah have anything to declare today?
It's been more than a year, but I still have to declare it. I don't remember the rules anymore. Hey, this shirt was brought to me by Roosevelt's, providing fine clothing since, wow, that's a weird... Look at my shirt, not my head.
No, everybody else sees all of it.
Yeah, don't worry.
2012.
Okay.
And we're missing our usual West Coast teammate, Mike Celestino. So if you were wondering what's going on with only the three, it's only three today. Just
only three of us today. So I did not plan on even mentioning this, but I feel like better. So we're playing with some new software today, very new. We only used it one other time for Disney Trivia Live on Saturday, so please bear with us. Test us out. Use those comments. Let us put it through the paces. Help us do some testing. See any issues? Let us know. But anyway, we are going to talk about Disney theme parks. We're live as always, so use the comments if you have any questions, any concerns, any complaints. Well, no, we don't really want to hear the complaints, but anything else, let us know. And we are going to get started with me first sharing my screen, which I did do until I refreshed. And we're going to get started with, we start with a new benefit for Disney theme park guests, and that is the ability to, there it is, to go to the water parks.
That is a great picture.
Is that your picture, Jeremiah?
Yeah, I believe so.
Hey, TIL, that counter's right over my head for us. Okay. If you are a Disney theme park guest going to Walt Disney World in 2025, there is a new perk for you. You get complimentary admission to one of the Disney water parks on the day of your arrival, which is not quite as exciting as what I initially thought it was, but it's still pretty exciting.
I hadn't read all of it. I just saw that part. I was like, oh. But yeah, that's not quite as exciting.
But it is still something. Go ahead.
No, here's the thing. So this was kind of the thought process that I ended up going through this morning when this news hit. I was like, wow, okay, so this reminds me of being a cruise line fan. And when I get on board ship, I always have my swimsuit in my bag. And instead of, just kind of milling about until my room is ready, later in the day once I'm on board, I go and enjoy the pool, or especially littles like to be in the pool. So, that's one of those things, that's a little trick you do, right? You bring your suit. And so I was thinking of that. But then the reality of getting to a Disney water park hit me. And I'm like, this would have been great for me back in the Magical Express days. Like, please take my suitcases over to my hotel and I will find my way to the water parks. But now it feels kind of, I don't know, it would be because you have to transfer buses and just, it's like a lot to take advantage of the offer.
Right. It seems like there are certain people, I mean, for those of us coming from the West Coast, it's like either you do it on a red eye or or it's too late because you get there at night. But if you're traveling by car or, your plane ride's a short plane ride away, certainly if you're traveling by car, it's ideal. Just go to your hotel, drop off your bags, or just change your clothes in the car and go straight to the water. Presumably you can check in online and then go straight to the water park. You don't have to go to your hotel first. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You want to know what somebody brought up an excellent point about this? What it should be called is, don't go to Epic Universe. Come to a water park for free.
Another perk,
No, but that is an interesting aspect of it, because there could be that tease to go visit another place before because your check-in's around 4 o'clock. So go ahead, buy a day ticket, go be somewhere else. But now you already have this available to you if you want to take advantage of it. And so I've been really trying to, beyond that enticement, I've been trying to think of kind of who is this for? Who is this for? What need is this filling?
So I've got another. Well, I've got another one. I was watching TikTok this morning and I saw this cool tip that I can't believe I don't even remember hearing about. If you are wanting Universal Express and you have a party of say 4 or 5, it's probably cheaper for you to get a deluxe resort, which comes with Universal Express, for every day. So if you get it for one night, you can actually use it both days. Definitely cheaper than just buying Universal Express for 4 or 5 people. If you are a party of 4 who wants to go to a water park, it's probably better to just book a stay one night at All Star Music and then go to a water park. And as a bonus, you get to check out All Star Music. So that's someone it's for.
That's a funny thought.
I'm sure it'll happen.
I like that idea.
But yeah, who's it for? That's a good question. It's for the person who wants to check out a water park in a free way. If you just want to visit and see, is this something I'm actually going to like, or you've always wanted to go there, but it just wasn't worth your money, but you just want to see it. I could definitely see doing that.
Well, this goes back to the old days of, the booking your vacation package and you get all these free perks, including a free day at the water park that nobody used, and nobody used the mini golf. We all got the free pin set and the whatever free add-ons they do, but I didn't take advantage of the water parks for many visits.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that this will get more people to darken the door, because they are, like I say, Typhoon Lagoon, to me is an Imagineering masterpiece. It really does showcase what they do excellently as far as transporting you to another location through set, through just paint and the naming devices and just all those little things that kind of take you into telling you a story without just telling you a story. So yeah, that's
I'm just discovering that because of my mess up earlier, that we're not receiving YouTube comments right now. It's not quite linked right to YouTube. So I have YouTube open over here so I can just see them myself. So hi, Donna. Hi, David. Hi, Evil Queen. And Gio says he wishes they would just start this in 2024. It is kind of interesting that they're not starting this for another 10 months. This is a 2025 perk they're announcing right now.
Hey, time to book your vacation next year. Here's a perk.
Yeah.
Since
if you're going to
dining perk didn't really work that well this year.
If you are going to book, we invite you to book with mousefantravel.com, of course, our favorite travel provider. Okay, sorry, just trying to catch up on this comment. Yes. I don't think so.
Okay.
No. Okay, so that is our first item. And
thank you guys for bearing with us while we try out a new system.
Kyle Burbank with a very helpful comment. 2025 bookings open tomorrow. So there is no coincidence in this announcement. 2025 bookings open tomorrow. And again, we don't just say it because they're our sponsor. They are. But we highly recommend, use a Disney travel agent. That's the most important thing. Don't book directly. Use a travel agent. They're helpful. Our favorite travel agent is mousefantravel.com. So check them out. Let them know LP sent you. That helps us a lot, and it certainly helps them a lot, and it will help you a lot. And when you do come to Walt Disney World in 2025, Jeremiah thinks you should eat here.
Jeremiah thinks they should have named this, or at least put it on the app so we know anything about it. It is still not on the app and has been open a week.
Wow.
It is called Ice Cold Hydraulics. And what exactly is it, Jerem?
It's a Coke stand. I mean, it's essentially, it's a slushy Coke stand. They have alcoholic slushies. They have these amazing cinnamon rolls that are expensive for 3 small cinnamon rolls, but very good. They have the blueberry slushy. That is the mini churros that have bourbon glaze on it or bourbon injected. Fanta blueberry slushy, Coke slushy, slushies with Jack Daniels. It is essentially just a little food cart, and it's in the location right across from Baseline Tap House, right across from Muppet Vision 3D. It's a nice little addition. It has this sweet little seating area. If you don't want to walk into Pizza Rizzo, you can do this and just grab a snack. But for me, it's a good addition. It just doesn't make sense as an addition. Like, it's an awkward spot. That's one of the biggest things is the spot of it. It's as you're walking down Grand Avenue towards Galaxy's Edge or before Muppets, takes up this pretty large footprint that used to be just like a pretzel cart, but now it has nice little seating area. Like I said, it'll definitely be someplace I stop and grab those cinnamon rolls every now and then. But it's again one of those. Why did they do it? We may never know.
Well, I mean, does it hurt to have some? I'll be right back. Does it hurt to have someplace different to eat?
No, the snacks are good. The drinks are very similar to places that they have in other spots around the park. But
I did notice the drinks here. They're not blue and green. They're blue and brown. But this isn't like Star Wars food, right?
No.
Good.
No, it is. The theming is a bit strange. I mean, it's industrial, and it kind of fits with Gonzo's Royal Flush Plumbing, which is on the other side of it, but it doesn't have a Muppet theme.
Yeah, Faith Elizabeth said in the comments that would have preferred it be themed Muppets. That is kind of surprising, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. It's not inside the Muppet Courtyard. It's out along Grand Avenue, so there is no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, it can go along with Baseline Tap House, which the theme is it was a printing shop for many years, and then they turned it into a bar. So this was a hydraulics location that they turned into a slushy cart. Again, good, someplace to stop. Cinnamon rolls are very good, but they are small, and I think they're $8 and some change.
So bottom line, weirdly placed, weirdly named, badly priced, but the food is actually really good.
Yes, food is very good. I believe both Luke and I would probably stop and get those cinnamon rolls every time we were there.
Gio was saying, how...
I'm sorry, go ahead, Doobie.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, the churro that we showed, that's a savory churro, which is still, I mean, it's got like was it a Chipotle? I want to say it's a Chipotle thing on it. So it's like a kind of a sweet and savory blending there. Did you try that one, Jeremiah?
I did not. The bourbon infusion is just not anything for me. And you can't top Disneyland churros. So
I will read it. It is the Bouncin' Mini Churros. It is savory churros topped with Coca-Cola and bourbon candied bacon, sriracha aioli.
Oh, sriracha, not Chipotle.
Yeah, that's the word you wanted.
Yeah.
Which, to me, that's very nice. I like that, Doobie. Yeah, to me, it's something like I would try it if somebody else had it, I'd grab a piece, but it's not something that I would purchase for my own.
Right. Moving on.
Oh man, they had a lot of fun at RunDisney. A new family member within the Disney universe made their kind of in park, I guess I would say, appearance, and that is Mirabelle's older sister, is Isabel, right?
Yes.
Isabella.
I was like, I know I'm gonna get her.
Doobie can sing the song.
So yeah, made an appearance during RunDisney. Previously, people have seen her, with Disney on Ice or whatnot, but this was a chance to see her at Disney parks. And there are quite a few pictures of individuals who are participating in RunDisney, stopping for a photo with Isabella. So very sweet.
There was also a couple of other characters, but this was the one I think a certain team member grabbed and went, "Ooh, look at this." One of my favorites was Pilot Minnie was over at the land, and she hasn't been seen, I think, since Minnie's Fly Girls in DCA.
Oh, wow.
Way back when. I did.
Minnie's Fly. Oh, don't just gloss over that. There used to be a Minnie's Fly Girls at Disney California Adventure.
Yeah, that shows.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like Minnie Earhart? Didn't they go with like the Earhart thing? And
They
then
had Minnie Earhart,
Flowers?
but didn't they transition that to Minnie's Fly Girls?
Well, no, I felt like it was and the.
No,
Minnie
it was
and the. But
it
maybe
was
I'm wrong.
totally I don't know if we even have a video of that anymore.
It's around here somewhere.
But Run Disney, I talked to people who actually did the run, and they said that the line for all the character lines get ridiculous to the point where people were getting scooped up if they were waiting in line for the characters all the time. But my favorite is the Saturday run. So it wasn't that mini; it was Pilot Mini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This video is for our friends over at Mouse Steps. Let me get that in. Okay.
So one of the interesting things, which I'm really surprised we didn't get blown up more on the World Wide Web, the 10K, they misplaced 2 pallets of medals, so people were not getting medals that day.
Oh
no way!
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard about it from quite a few people, and
friends.
And just like any Disney fan, they were very understanding that they weren't getting their medals after that.
Incredibly patient.
So patient, yes.
Well, I'm interested to see what kind of the follow up is on that and how that scenario gets resolved. That would be very frustrating.
I'm really
you
surprised.
Be wearing it when you're around the park.
Yeah, it didn't get made. There wasn't a lot of news about it. It sounds like, but yeah, and I saw the Coast to Coast medal, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
The half marathon medal was also very cool with Tiana.
Yep.
And Louie. Doobie, I'm trying to send you this photo so you can show it. Sadly, I don't remember who the credit would go to for it, but this was found online, and this was one of those, like, I would have definitely gone and gotten the picture with her because I've never seen her in this costume.
Oh, so another.
Oh, I remember this costume. Yes, I still remember this costume from the DCA early days, which people wax so nostalgic
when she used
about
to
now.
be.
It's like coveralls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like she belongs in Silly Pete's slideshow thingy.
Yeah, this was the one that they used to do pose with the plane, right? Over by Soarin.
I haven't seen it yet, but that's what's in my head. As I can see Doobie trying to decide how to do this within the new program that we're learning.
Too many windows open. No, wrong one. Nope. There we go.
Yeah. This reminds me of those. This reminds me of those days with the
I apologize. This wasn't the marathon. This was the DVC Moonlight Magic. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I was like,
all over the place, Jeremiah.
Yeah. Sorry, I got baseball in the mind.
I know, Rebecca, you have Run Disney friends. This was the Princess Half Marathon. I'm not even sure we mentioned that happened. You get any sense of, other than lost medals, did people have fun?
All I heard was excitement from my pals who were there. So I actually am supposed to catch up with them after I'm done here. To find out more about it. So because they've just been having a good time down there.
I wish that I could have brought one of my friends on that did the run, because I was learning all sorts of fun information from them about how Run Disney works, and if you're in the last corral, how you're waiting like 3.5 hours to leave.
Time out. Have you never done any Run Disney event, Jeremiah?
Not a major one, but
what do you mean?
I did a D23 run with Run Disney.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
You've never done like ESPN 5K or Animal Kingdom Duck and
Because they stopped all the fun ones by the time I moved out here, and I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna. They also were sharing the horror stories of how the only people that could get all 3 of the princess runs were the people that are members of the,
Sure, but I'm surprised you haven't just done like a 5K. By the way, I saw a really cool video. I mean, I have a heart of stone, but again, on one of my TikTok, it was the Princess 5K, and I believe her name was Emily, and she was finishing last in the race. And there were so many people there just cheering for her and stuff. And I'm like going to cry right now just thinking about it. Just such a beautiful thing. And it reminded me, am I wrong, Rebecca, that we did an ESPN 5K, and other than the fact there was a professional basketball player, volleyball player hanging out with us, we finished last as well?
It was not me participating in that. I was a
It was
new
me.
mom. It was
It
you.
was me.
It
So
was
yeah,
you.
I
You
commented
were
that. I'm
near.
like,
You were right near the end. You were one of those last people. And yes, the Olympian volleyball player did come back. As I recall, she
yeah,
completed and then came back and kind of brought up that last pack of people.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And
no,
I'm sure that that's not
tons of
unique to
people.
Disney. Just any event, any. It's so cool to get. I love the people, myself included, who just get out there, do their best, and first or last doesn't matter. It's
Well,
beautiful.
But what is fun is a friend of mine has become my gal pal Anita will go there again. Always, that's what her official title is here. Um, she got involved in the Run Disney thing, and what you're talking about, Jeremiah, the other day, she had that experience where she used to be that last corral, and she actually has her times have picked up. She actually crossed the finish, as I recall her story. She crossed the finish line as she was hearing the gun go off, in essence, for the corral she used to be in, the one she would have started in all those
mhm.
years ago. She heard them beginning their race as she was completing, as she was completing hers, kind of dynamic. So, or somewhere over the course, and the reality of her improvements and kind of what being involved in Run Disney has done kind of hit her hard. The emotions
Yeah,
really welled up. So yeah, I that's one of the really special aspects of the Disney fan community are these run events. There's a camaraderie there that's really awesome. The Facebook groups out there. If you're somebody who's considering it, there's a lot of information. People really want to lift each other up and help you do your best within the dynamics. Has been my limited experience, but then a lot of the stories that have been recounted to me from others within Run
for
Disney.
sure, absolutely.
Well, one more story about. Sorry, Dewey.
No, no, go
My
ahead, go
friend,
ahead.
my friend, and I believe you guys may know him also, John Van Winkle. He's a cast member and he's over cast activities at Disneyland. And for the Marvel half marathon, he was the last person across, and he had the superheroes cheering him on as he was coming
Oh,
across.
See?
And the photos of I was actually trying to see if I could steal one of his off his Facebook, but
that
yeah,
is
No, come on.
wow. That's
Come on.
priceless, Jeremiah.
yeah.
Priceless,
Yeah, come
Chico.
on, Jeremiah.
Dave
Cough it
Ragusa,
up. Go do a 5K.
Dave
I
Ragusa says,
would
"Run
if I
Disney
didn't
races.
have to pay $800 to sign up for the 5K for $100.
Run Disney races are a must-do for Disney fans who run, no question." By the way, if you are watching us on YouTube and want to be able to see your comments on the screen like a normal show, feel free to watch us on Facebook because those are working. But sorry that they're not working on YouTube, but I can see them and I can read them. All right. Next up, we've got discounts, Rebecca. You're our travel lady.
Well, there's a variety of them. Like if you're a Disney Disney Visa holder, you can get 25% off premium locations at the Disneyland hotel resort hotels like the Grand or the Disneyland Hotel or the Villas. So you've got those discounts. If you're not a Disney Visa holder, they've got 15% going on there. So either way, you can save a little bit of money this spring. Over at Adventures by Disney, they're offering various like savings on bundles. So they have one where it's like save $500 if you book it with your air, and that's for travel dates between May 1st and October 15th of 2024, and all over the globe. These discounts, these savings are eligible for their packages over in Europe, their adventures right here in the US, be it the one that they have in California where you're doing all kinds of Disney magic stuff. I don't mean the ship. I mean like as in exploring the studios in a magic way and that kind of thing. Um, and or Adventures by Disney in Wyoming that Doobie and I have talked about because we have had the opportunity to do it. So those are out there as well. We'll have links below on all of these. But if you've been thinking about an Adventures by Disney, there are numerous savings, and as you see, considerable sums in certain cases. And we always recommend our friends over at Mouse Fan Travel. If you are looking at a Disney vacation, by the way, they do offer no risk, no obligation quotes. There's forms all over Laughing Place you can find where you can kind of put in your information, and they'll give you that quote. Like I say, no obligation, so you can discover more about it. And there's no additional fee when you are using a travel agent, and in many cases, they're able to kind of keep track of your travel dates. And if savings pop up that apply to your vacation travel, they're able to help you access those. So you don't have to be on the lookout yourself. They'll have your back in that way as well. So a
Absolutely.
nice aspect of booking through a travel agent.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. This thing has a lot of hotkeys. Need to set up a hotkey for remove banner. Okay. Next up, we've got Disney Ducks Day.
Yep.
No, not the Donald variety, but the Mighty Ducks, which is so interesting because Disney does not own them anymore, but they still celebrate. They're still a part of the family, apparently. So last Thursday, February 22nd, Mike Celestino was there to celebrate Disney Ducks Day. They had a cavalcade. This thing is sharing YouTube so much smoother so far. They had a cavalcade, a fan zone where they could do hockey-related activities, all the kind of stuff that you often get at stuff like this. But this one is actually inside a Disney theme park, which makes it so cool. Merchandise, photo ops, and then Rebecca, you learned something special about number 19, right?
Yeah, so they did this thing where they asked the guys, if you weren't a hockey player, what would you be? And number 19 said an Imagineer. And I was just like, okay. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's a fun little video. It's on the ESPN Instagram. I think the Anaheim Ducks Instagram as well. And they did a lot of things like, what's your favorite attraction? Or they asked them pretzel or churro. Various little things like that.
Umbrella or poncho.
That's what you should be asking.
Umbrella or poncho. So it's fun to see Donald and Daisy. Yes, Mr. Jeremiah.
Doobie, I know you mentioned that they could comment on Facebook and it'll show up.
Not.
I commented on Facebook. It did not show up.
Goodness, we are failing. Okay, so this is my failure. I mean, it's obviously the program's failure, but it's my failure too because I messed up in setting this up. So apologies for you Facebook commenters. Is anyone commenting there? No, just Jeremiah. Yeah. Don't leave us to go to Facebook.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that. We will fix it. We had no troubles during Disney Trivia Live, so I know it can work. We had some mistake here somewhere. Okay, moving right along to my favorite topic, but not my favorite news, and that is the Disney Cruise Line has made an announcement, and I am curious. I have intentionally not talked to almost anyone about this except for Luke, who I had a knock him out, drag him out fight with about this news. And that
Luke is wrong about everything. I'm just saying that right now.
Wow, I didn't say it.
What's the news, Doobie?
For brunch at Palo and Palo Steakhouse, which is just essentially the same restaurant on different ships, dress shorts are now acceptable. Up until there's always been a dress code at Palo, and up until now, pants were a requirement for both brunch and dinner. But apparently, and now dress shorts are now acceptable. Now, don't go overboard. T-shirts, swimwear, sports attire, still not permitted. But a nice pair of dress shorts to go with your polo.
Good Roosevelt shirt.
Permitted. Roosevelt's definitely is now acceptable. Rebecca, any opinion on this?
I'm fine with it. It's brunch. Dress shorts
are
fine for me.
It is only the brunch. It is not dinner.
The brunch. Only the brunch.
It is brunch.
Okay. I am okay with it. It as long as it's not the real dinner. Like, I have to admit, I could sit in Palo for brunch with stretchy dress shorts and be very happy with my 12 chicken parms.
Yeah. No.
Kyle's telling me we almost made the headline, pants no longer required at Palo.
I made that statement today to somebody who hadn't heard the news. I'm like, did you hear? You don't have to wear pants to Palo anymore. And they're like, what?
Yeah, with a picture, Jill said, with a picture of Donald. I am ambivalent on this. On its own, in a box, this is okay. On a cruise, nice shorts, a polo, you can look really good. That's fine. That is not
We
detracted at
recommend
all.
Roosevelt's. They have polos and dress shirts that I have worn to Palo.
But this is the slippery slope.
Oh
And mark
no.
my words, this slope will be at the bottom by the end of the year, either shorts being allowed at dinner or t-shirts being okay at brunch. I love having a place where you have to dress up to an extent. I do. Not every
I
place. There's lots of places to go eat, but I love having a place that is a
I don't
requirement.
agree with you, and the biggest reason I don't agree with you is because I think to some extent this is a little bit about comfort in that Palo brunch can get a bit on the warmer side because you do have that beautiful sunlight pouring in through those windows. So I do think it's nice for your guests to be able to. But they don't brunch anymore. Is it still where you get up and you go get food?
No,
So to me, it doesn't really matter that much anyway because you're seated. I'm not
Wait,
seeing your legs anyway.
they're
no, they
walking in, they're walking out.
they still had a buffet option when I
No,
went
Okay.
on it.
Okay.
no, no, they
'Cause
didn't. They
we
bring
No,
food
haven't
around
seen.
to
they
you.
bring the food, but they also had like the charcuterie board and everything off to the side.
Not that you got up and went to.
I
The,
I'm
the
looking at my
big brunch
pictures.
that they used to have was that's
Yeah,
gone. That has not come back, and there's no one thinks it's coming back.
Yeah,
So
it's now just table service.
right, and they
So
do have the charcuterie board that they'll bring around to you, and they will pick off the little beef and pick off the little cheese, and would you like this one or this one? But the old fashioned where you get up and go get your sticky buns, 6 of them, and pile them up, and your
yeah,
eggplant wrapped in feta, that's gone.
yeah.
Um,
But
I mean, honestly, on its own, I am okay with this. If it stops here, I'm okay with this. I think for brunch at Palo, don't go to Enchante. Let's stop it at Palo. But
right.
for brunch at Palo, I do think it's okay. I would not like to see it expand further than that.
what
And
about Remy's?
based upon experiences I've had with them regarding seeing how they handle attire and all that type of thing, I'm very intrigued by what will be defined as a dress short.
To me,
Must
it's
it have a belt? These
that's
types of
that's
things,
it to
right?
me. Yeah, no elastic. No.
Do,
What's the
do
brown?
you need somebody like Doobie to be the dress short police?
Yeah, well, Gino
No,
said
those were
no.
not fancy enough. Go back.
I
Try
said I
again.
want to know. I want to know who gets to determine if a pair of shorts qualifies as dress shorts. The answer is me. So no denim, no terry cloth, no elastic, belt required.
See,
It
terry
must
cloth
go.
can be very nice.
No, it
Solid.
can't.
Do you require solid color or can they be
Oh
uh,
no, no, no. Oh no, I'm
okay?
not wearing a solid color. I'm wearing
I
some
I
serious
would show
pattern
you
color.
my terry cloth nice shorts, but you don't want to see my legs.
So Roosevelt's tuxedo is now acceptable to Palo.
What?
No,
I'm
no, no, no.
asking Doobie. I'm asking Doobie.
What's the Roosevelt's
Have
tuxedo?
you not seen all that when the dudes are wearing the Roosevelt shirt and the Roosevelt shorts?
Matching
No, it.
shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
Let me ask your opinion. Here is I don't know if this qualifies as a Roosevelt tuxedo. Would you allow this in Palo?
That's a Roosevelt's tuxedo.
That is a Roosevelt tuxedo. And that is what I would not want to see.
I don't want to see it, period. And sadly, somebody had to share, what, 8 of them wearing that stuff on a cruise once?
So the fact is, if dress shorts are allowed,
I would
that's
not
what I'm going to be wearing
I don't
because I do like to dress loud, and that's going to be me.
know.
Kyle calls it a two-piece
I'm not
romper.
saying whether or not that qualifies. I'm just saying my preference to what I want to see.
See, this is what happens
Wow.
when you put
Jeremiah
grease
and
on
I
that
now
slope.
Jeremiah and I now qualify for workman's comp over there, workers' comp.
If you'd like to leave comments, send up smoke signals.
Was there something wrong with that picture? Roosevelt's own site.
No,
What's
I'm having
next, Mr. Doob?
flashbacks to certain person's bachelor party pictures. Ugh.
Oh, I'm with you now. Okay, Evil Queen said that is not acceptable to be worn anywhere.
I don't
Wow.
have a problem with it in most scenarios. I just don't. It's not a brunch time.
I can tell you,
Fancy
I will be
brunch.
rocking Roosevelt's tuxedo sometime in the not too distant future when I definitely should not be rocking it.
Roosevelt's, I don't have any shorts. You sent me a bunch of nice
No,
shirts, a
no,
really
no.
nice
Do not be
performance
that
hoodie.
guy.
I love
No,
my
do not be
performance
that guy.
hoodie.
Move on to the next story.
Okay, our next story. Let's get to Easter. How did I get to Palo? I skipped 2 stories, 3 stories. What's wrong with me? Let's get to Easter. Is coming to Disney World next month. It's also coming to the rest of the world next month, but we talked
Yep.
about Disney World.
And that means the return of the Grand Cottage. It's one of the new seasonal things they do over at the Grand Floridian, a nice little place where you can buy fancy Easter baskets and other Easter related treats. I know this year one of the things that they have been sharing is you're going to be able to get, looks like a little basket with jelly beans in it, and then like little chocolate bunnies sitting on top of it, like little lollipop bunnies kind of thing. Also, the Grand Floridian usually has incredibly ornate, stunning Easter eggs done by the team. The Contemporary as well. I think the Contemporary said you can expect to see Elemental and Hercules among the designs over there. The Beach Club, theirs is inspired by the Flower and Garden Festival, so I think you're going to see kind of representations of topiaries out of paste, out of chocolates and various other tasty treats. And I can't remember the yacht club, what the yacht club said they were going to be, what their inspiration was. But
See, I can remember when this wasn't a thing. Like, I happened to stumble upon the egg rollout at the Grand Floridian when that was the only one, and it was the coolest thing. And then in the past couple of years, they've been kind of announcing it to the point where it's, you're fighting to get a good view of the egg rollout, and then after a half hour of them rolling out the eggs and doing the decorations, then
That's it.
everybody's doing the photos.
yeah,
So it's a fun thing, but I like that multiple resorts are doing it. But the Grand Floridian is still my favorite. Getting off the monorail, walking through the doors, and just being hit upside the head with the chocolate.
Doobie, were you with me the year that we came just as this was wrapping up? Or was that one of the trips I took without you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because what ended up happening was we were there right at the tail end, haha, of the Easter weekend, and they were literally taking the decor and they had it in this cart, and I had just missed it. I walk into the lobby and all the decor is just in this cart now, and I'm like, can I take a picture of it? It's still pretty.
Oh, I remember you
I have
telling me
this
about
I
that.
have this picture of it like a pastry cart with all these beautiful little bunny rabbits on it. I had missed it by that much.
We have video, I believe it's last year, of them rolling out, and they roll them out in the luggage carts.
Yeah,
Like, they're just on the massive luggage carts, and it's 3 of
beautiful.
them lifting it. And, it's so amazing. But it really is like the people that get there for the rollout, and then it takes them quite a while, one, to roll out all 12 or 15 of the eggs, and then they have to set them, decorate each of the areas. I did a rollout, went to Magic Kingdom, and came back later in the day, and they were still finishing decorating. But
Yeah.
this year, they're putting out the eggs, I believe, on the 1st, and then the cottage opens on the 3rd, I think were the dates for that.
Yeah, the third is when the cottage opens, and as Doobie pointed out in the banner, Yacht Club Moana. Moana is the inspiration for what you're going to find over at the Yacht Club. So some more reasons to make sure you stop by the lobbies of the Disney resorts as you make your way around Walt Disney World in the spring.
Just found out that some police activity happening at Orlando Airport, and one of our LPers is at that airport right now, being in the midst of that. So
Oh, okay.
I'm sure LP will be covering that. But we're going to move on to Figment and Groot. Jeremiah, how excited are you for the return of Flower and Garden?
I enjoy Flower and Garden. It is my second favorite festival, right behind the Fest of the Arts. I'm excited to see the Groot. Figment, I'm glad he's back, but I enjoyed him over by his attraction. But putting him in the center, especially since he is the star of EPCOT, as it should be. And I haven't gone into the park. One of the things a lot of the sites are doing, and we've actually been kind of guilty of it, is, hey, look, here's a new topiary. Here's a new and it's like they put in the topiaries over this span of a week, where on Wednesday, we'll be doing a walk and talk, and I'll have photos of all the complete topiaries for us. So it's kind of like the preview of the preview. So this looks great, and it is in the center planter that, when we were there for the opening, that was one of the things that they really talked about, is how that center planter is going to be the focus of future festivals, especially with the topiaries coming. And then, of course, the Groot topiary, which I can't wait to see in person.
That is so cool. So is this the first year for Groot?
Yes. We actually have a couple of firsts for this year. I just got the email, and we've gone over it in some of the previous ones, but let me read off what we have new this year. We have the Groot topiary, which will be in World Discovery. There is Coca topiaries in Mexico. The Figment is just a new location. Tiana is returning to the American Adventure. Encanto topiaries are returning to the World Showcase. They will not be in the entrance area. There is the Blossoms of Fragrances presented by Scentsy, aka a giant scratch and sniff. That's really cool. It's along the bridge. And then, the merchandise, Garden Rocks series, which I did just learn that they have the schedule up on the app for Gardens Rocks, which is
Nice.
somewhat new, because I know when, even for the Broadway concert series, you had to go to the website to get any of the information for it.
Cool.
Oh, and Flower and Garden officially kicks off when, Jeremiah?
Wednesday.
Yay!
I don't know.
Didn't Festival of the Arts just end?
Yes.
It did, literally a week ago.
Is the only reason they don't have them be contiguous is it takes time to switch it over?
Well, these two have always been this close. I mean, thankfully, in between Flower and Garden and Food and Wine, they're stretching out some break time for us, whereas opposed to last year, which it was boom, boom, boom. Fun fact, a couple of days ago was the first time since pretty much we reopened that there hasn't been a festival or an anniversary or a run going on at one time. Today is also one of those days because the RunDisney ended, 50th ended. There is no festival until that kicks off. So if you're here for this special day, 2 days really, you're in luck.
There you go.
Hey, before we move on, if you're out there, you're watching us, you're enjoying this, take a moment, click that like button. It helps a lot. Okay, next up we have Soarin' Around the World, which is not currently at EPCOT. It's currently soaring over California, which it has been, since Festival of the Arts started?
Yes, earlier. No, but we have Soarin' Over the World in California, but we have Soarin' Over California in Florida.
So apparently they're going to be flying that tape back to Florida, because starting February 28th, Soarin' Around the World will be back at EPCOT, where it began. I'm just kidding. I think DCA has its own copy, so they can keep it. But I honestly, though, I love the fact that they just keep flipping these all over the place, because they're both great. And in my mind, there's no reason not to go back and forth. So California leaving, Around the World coming February 28th, which is Wednesday, Flower and Garden Festival. All right, Rebecca, it is your turn.
Next month is Women's History Month, and so there's a variety of pastries. Is that what
That is exactly what I'm meaning.
Okay, and the one that I am most excited about is the Creature Comforts Feathered Friends Mousse Dome, a lavender white chocolate mousse with orange blossom cake, a chocolate coating, chocolate flakes, some white chocolate feathers, and a buttercream. And then over at Hollywood Studios is Dockside Diner, and they're going to be celebrating the Princess of Alderaan. I think this is ridiculous, and I love it just for its ridiculousness. A salted caramel shake with whipped cream, edible glitter, and mini cinnamon rolls. Overall, the Women's History Month items, they're showcasing the talented women of Walt Disney World within the various pastries. Can you remove that from the screen? I don't know how to do that.
Remove what?
The picture, so I'm bigger again.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, it's all good. So for the foodie guide, the Women's History Month, they're highlighting the various talented women who work in the culinary division of Walt Disney. I was trying to find the word culinary, and I couldn't find it, and I didn't want to be scrolling with it on the screen, so that's what was going on there.
Starts with the letter E. All right. All of us here at Laughing Place, DTL reference. All of us, Disney Trivia Live reference. All of us here at Laughing Place would like to congratulate former Imagineer Bob Weis, who is set to receive the 4th annual Marty and Leah Sklar Creative Visionary Award during the ceremony on April 4th. The award, presented by Ryman Arts, to an individual whose distinctive contribution to the creative community and whose leadership in the art world has made a significant impact. Hopefully you know the name Bob Weis, but if you don't, you certainly know his work. More than 200 major projects around the world, all the Disney theme parks around the world, including the cruise ships and other major clients, Smithsonian, Nat Geo, NASA, the Navy, among others. So I don't know if Jeremiah, I know you're kind of our WDI guy. You have any Bob Weis knowledge to share?
Not really. I mean, he's every time I've ever spoken with him, nicest guy. He has an encyclopedic memory. Like when you talk to him about one of his projects, he will just like, boom, here's a story about it. Always just really nice. And he was the lead, he was the head of Imagineering for Shanghai Disneyland Park, I believe. That was one of his last major projects before he retired.
Awesome.
Yeah, so 35 years, as an Imagineer, with 6 years of that being the president. So a lot of his creative vision is what we are, kind of celebrating and enjoying currently. By the way, as far as Ryman Arts goes, this event to honor him, tickets go on sale tomorrow. I'm sorry, February 29th, in a few days, and they are available to the general public. And it's a charity event. So you're looking at, maybe like $200 or so for to be at the table, and then sometimes like $500 plus for like a VIP reception and whatnot, with various of the dignitaries invited, special invited guests and whatnot. In the past, we've seen Kevin Feige honored by Ryman Arts. We've seen
Hayao Miyazaki.
Thank you.
Studio Ghibli. Yeah.
Miyazaki, yeah, honored as well. So rymanarts.org if you are interested in their charity effort and attending his dinner celebration. I say dinner. I don't know that it's like that kind of.
It's not breakfast for $99 at Club 33, and you got your.
It's a dance. Hey, Rebecca.
Yes,
you got to see the opening of Pixar Pier. You spent as much time there as anyone at LP, and I love that Disney recently put out. Have you seen this Instagram slideshow?
Little pieces of it. It is rather remarkable how similar the concept imagery is to the realized product. So yeah. Kind of
they
fun.
Flipped it around. This one they flipped around.
I know, just throw you off.
But I do like that they did that. Let's see what else we got. Oh,
we'll have links below to all these stories that we're talking about, so you'll be able to see more if you're interested in more about it.
So I'm a huge fan of airplanes. I'm one of the people in the world who actually loves just going to the airport and waiting for my plane. And I don't fly Spirit, but Spirit has released or produced a new livery for one of their planes themed to Super Nintendo World. Guys, what do you think?
It's very Spirit. Like, well, no, because it's just like this little, it's like this small portion. Have you ever seen this Spirit tray table?
Yes.
It's like you're not gonna put your laptop on it and work on it. It really is about the width of your beverage and kind of thing. So it feels very Spirit. By the way, this is in part to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of Super Nintendo World. I can't even believe it's already been a year since it opened its gates, and they have a sweepstakes going on currently over at Spirit Airlines, and that is to win a 3-day 2-night trip and entries for that end at the March 20th. So if you have been hoping to go, you can enter the sweepstakes and get there on a Spirit airline. Does everybody call it a banana, or is that just our son that calls it a banana? Is that a
I think
Gideon
it's
thing?
just Gideon, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Really?
Oh, check it out, because he actually rode Spirit from Atlanta to Orlando not terribly long ago, so he got to give it a try. So yeah.
I thought everyone called it that.
I was actually watching a video this morning. It was really cool. This guy who enjoys air travel, he did a head-to-head comparison. He did a 3-day trip, and he went the first leg Allegiant, the second leg Frontier, and the last leg Spirit. And he did
He said, "I'm never flying any of them again."
and he did like a head-to-head comparison. He ordered like the same food items on it. He did the same kind of level
wait.
of service.
That's got to be wrong, because there are no food items on any of those flights.
There's totally. They have a way bigger menu than you get on the standard. But I mean, you pay in an arm and a leg, but they have like a variety of chips available on some of them and that kind of thing, which you just don't have that anymore. And then he did the thing where you measure the width of the seat, the amount of knee room you have, that kind of. It was fun. So yeah, I'm sorry I don't remember. If you look, I'm sure if you look like Allegiant, Frontier versus Spirit, you would find it. It was quite charming, and it was very informative, and I learned a lot about the difference between them. The biggest one to me being the fact that Spirit has the super tiny tray table.
Yes. Did you get a look at the super tiny tray table?
I did.
Yes, there it is. That is not a laptop on there. That's just a cell phone.
Yeah, it's a cell. I don't even think that's a tablet. I think that's just a cell phone. Because I think the pitch was like 11 inches for your knees or something like that.
All right. I have saved the best for last, guys.
Okay.
So, Silver Dollar City. Have you ever been there, Jeremiah?
Nope. Still one of those places on my list, but I was there for the vehicle reveal for this attraction.
Oh, so you're an expert. Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City has its own ice cream. Take that, Matterhorn. It is called Fire in the Hole. It's marshmallow ice cream with graham cracker pieces and chocolate ribbons. It will be available at Hannah's Ice Cream in the Park starting March 9th and debuts at retailers in April. Fire in the Hole opens in the spring at Silver Dollar City. And I just love the fact that an attraction, a ride, has its own ice cream.
This made me miss Fantasia ice cream, even though I never ate it. Just the fact that it existed as a thing, and it brought to mind like food partnerships in the theme parks, and
Wonder Bread.
Yeah, well, no, do you have what? I mean, because like Mickey Premium bars, that's like popular, but the ones in the store aren't the same as the ones in the park.
Like Fritos or Doritos.
See, my favorite right now, I'd say, was the one Kings Island has with a local brewery in like the Ohio area, and they had a really super tasty brew that they did. I want to say it was it cotton candy, or maybe it was funnel cake. It was some sort of what you think of as like theme park food, but it was that flavor of beer. I really enjoyed that. Oh wait, what are you sharing?
Kyle says they also have a time traveler ice cream, and it's delicious.
Okay.
Kyle also says that the best iced latte I've ever had was purchased from Allegiant.
Oh, really? I love that.
How about that?
It only cost $45.
How about that? All right, folks. Anything else either one of you guys wanted to mention on today's show?
I think I'm good. Thank you guys for sticking with us while we tried our new software. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think thanks for joining us. And
you got anything else going on this week, Jeremiah?
Tomorrow we have a special event that we'll be talking about for consumer products, and then Wednesday we'll be at the opening day of Flower Garden with a live stream.
Ooh.
Guessing probably not with this software, unless Doobie is going to break away and grace me with his presence once again for a fun walk and talk.
No, Wednesday we will be using the software just for that purpose. So I will be with you on Wednesday.
Yep.
Thank you. And then I believe on Friday I have a walk and talk from Magic
Nice.
Kingdom.
Lots of fun going on. Lots of
Yeah.
walk and talk.
And of course, Disney Trivia Live tomorrow, Barely Necessities tomorrow. So much going on. So
Yep.
please take a moment.
Food and wine on the horizon. So we've got California treats coming to you too.
Yeah. Boysenberry Festival is coming up too, I believe.
Yep. Boysenberry Festival out at Knott's. So lots of good theme park eats heading your way.
Please take a moment, smash that like button if you haven't already. It helps us so much. Subscribe, ring the bell, notifications, yada yada. Oh wait, there's also an Outlaw Run ice cream. Apparently, attraction-based ice creams are just a thing at Silver Dollar City.
Well,
all right.
I believe they have good places to make ice cream right around there, so they're pretty easy to work with.
What do you mean? What's a good place to make ice cream?
A dairy with a creamery.
Yeah, creamery, that kind of stuff. Because all that in Branson is all family and.
I'm not that familiar with Silver Dollar City, but I can see.
That's
the
it.
Possibilities.
Laughing Place trip to Silver Dollar City. Doobie can ride the vehicles now.
I'm in. Let's do it. I know Gideon's in. He wants to ride the train. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Oh, I don't have an outro at all. We'll see you next time.